separately.
the big,
'Cause it wouldn't
and he
let
kept
us-
doing that, almost like
yeah.
a Cyclops,
You call them
like he's,
the
I remember
madness,
that,
yeah,
What?
Huh?
Bro,
What?
I was
Huh?
vexed,
What
bro.
is this?
I tried to dig out P again with his, pause, sorry, with your info.
I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Welcome to the Good Gaming Podcast. This is episode 10. Myself, the Bizzle, and my co-host,
Easy P.
aka,
Rich Easy.
aka,
Richie.
the Samurai Zombie Don.
Oh yeah, love Samurai. Love my
Bro,
zombie stuff, man.
That's a quick.
Definitely.
Why haven't they done? If they do a Samurai Zombie game, dash you all over on it.
Do you remember a game called Onimusha?
Onimusha. No. Bad boy game.
Bad boy game. If anyone out there knows about Onimusha, knows. I really wanted them to do
Remake.
even not necessarily a remake, but a new. Even if it was a remake, safe, but
Yeah.
at least or a new one.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was bad because you was a samurai, kind of like a Resident Evil type of feel to it, the way you had
Okay.
to turn and stuff. But
Yeah.
you'd slice up a good couple,
slam
man,
down
and there was
zombies.
lots of zombies and monsters and stuff, and then their souls would come out, and you have to suck their souls into like this arm
Yeah.
gauntlet thing you had on you, and it would go into there, and you'd be able to get powers through it. Bad boy game.
Do you know what made me think of it? Is that obviously me watching Naruto at the moment. There's spoiler alert.
Oh dear.
No, actually, it's not even a spoiler. There's a jutsu called the reanimation jutsu where you can bring back Shinobi from the dead. You get me? And it's like when they're fighting against the but they're real. It's not a zombie. But I was thinking, yo, imagine a zombie samurai game like that would. He would be like, take my money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
And keep it.
Definitely.
But
would
we
enjoy it.
segued straight into a game. First of all, let me big up T Sky Juice again for sponsoring this episode.
The sponsor.
Oh,
Much love.
Let me get some down me straight away.
Much love, honestly. Sweet.
Socials are on screen, as always. But Pete, how you been?
All good, you know.
How
bro.
you been? This is episode 10, bro. Can you believe it?
You know what? That's a massive achievement. I
Of
feel
course.
like we've hit a couple milestones over the past couple of months, and taking strides, man. And
Yeah,
we're
bro.
We're doing it, man. And
From
all the support.
when you think about
all
it,
the
bro,
love.
we were stood in the car park, bro. I always remember, I've told this a few times over the past weekend to certain people that I've interacted with. We stood in the car park and was buying Marvel Avengers, and I said, listen, P, let me buy this for you. And he was like, nah, man, I'm part of the business. I said I was part of the business. Where are we going to do it? I said, P, listen, he's like, nah. Stood in the car park, and he was like, you know what would be sick? I was like, what? He's like, a podcast. And I was like, nah, you're right, bro. And I was like, almost, literally every other business plan went out my head, and I was like, podcast, yes, podcast. And bro, episode 10 is bro,
Yeah, man.
it's banging. When you think about how much money we've spent into the gaming, into the stuff that we're reviewing and giving our thoughts on, and probably it's an achievement and a half, bro. And you're sat there doing hours and hours. Like, my job stops after this. Do you get me? I can go and chill, whereas your second part begins.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So I've already coerced you into, yo, you're on the pod with me. And he was like, oh, okay, so I'm not just behind the camera. And then, not just the cameraman.
No.
You get me? You are Easy P.
Host.
You get me?
I'm involved.
Big up yourself, bro.
I'm involved, man.
What you been playing anyway?
Yeah, man. So it's been an eventful time since our last podcast.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, go on.
We did say that as the end of that podcast came, that Elden Ring was on its way. We said Horizon was on its way, and those games are here now. And I can honestly say, Elden Ring has taken up so much of my gaming time.
Tell me about
It is
it.
ridiculous. So much so that I have not even gotten to the intro of Horizon. Not even the first screen. Haven't seen it. Not one bit of it, because Elden Ring is just a beast of a game. I was already a massive Dark Souls fan, From Software fan. I've played them. If you check back any of the other episodes of the podcast, you will hear us talking about me being on Demon Souls for the PS5 and me beating that game. Down to Steph being on Bloodborne and me understanding exactly what she was on about. Cause I play Bloodborne, I played them
your
all,
game?
all of them. So when Elden Ring dropped, I thought, yeah, this is definitely some of me.
Yeah, there's certain things that we know we're like, Biz will play that. Biz can give you the review. And I'm like, when it was a Bloodborne and a Dark Souls thing, I was like, yeah, P can give the review on that. And even with Elden Ring, you was like, I can't wait anymore, bro. I've got to get this game. And I was like, I don't know if it's a bit of me. I was thinking, P can review that, bro. And before we even get into that, bro, before we even step there, I feel like it's been about 5 weeks since we did our last podcast, which is a long time for us. And there's always an excuse, whether it be COVID, whether it be family issues. And this time, it's actually business work. We've had so much on with the business in terms of, like, we won't delve into it just yet. We'll wait a bit in the podcast, but we've got some more. Let's get into Elden Ring, and then let's keep the consistency going. That's the main subject because you know, there's a lot of support over the coming weeks. But yes, Elden Ring. Let's get into that. Where we starting with it? What character did you pick?
I would say it was interesting for the both of us. As we've just explained, I'm very much a From Software person. I've played the game before. Visual has not. So when we started, it's quite funny that obviously I've gone straight for a samurai because I've also played Sekiro. And I'm a samurai guy, as we know. I love that samurai type of stuff, love that mythology type of stuff and whatever. So I made more than just it's a samurai. It's a up close and personal. It's combat. It's one-to-one combat. Well, it's more than one-to-one combat. It's close quarters, should I say? Close quarters combat. Bizzle, on the other hand, never played this type of game, so I had felt comfortable being one-on-one. Bizzle, how many times when you first started,
bro,
what?
I was vexed.
What is this? What about? The amount of times that you died scream must have come up.
Bro, no, are you gonna throw me under the bus like that, bro? Listen, I usually when I pick games, I kind of like the same kind of feel. I like to be that brawler up close and some sick abilities. And I thought, you know what? Let me try something different. I'll be a mage this time.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Like you adapted to the game as we went on.
Yeah.
So
I was like, let me try a mage. So I picked up the sorcerer and casting little ding, ding, ding. But sometimes that ding, ding weren't enough, blood. It was ding, ding. I was on the floor 3, 2. And I was like, blood, some of the rolling, you have to do it. Literally, the meticulous timing, bro.
Yeah, man.
You can't be, just keep dashing roll. Keep pressing roll and you'll roll out the way somehow. No, because your endurance bar is going to run out. And this big guy on a horse is going to claw your life away, blood. Yeah? Yeah, and you know who I'm talking about. The gold horse geezer, bro.
When we first...
Yeah,
man, he was
every time we fought him, it was like there was something new he came up with, bro. Yeah. All of a sudden, his shield can shoot magical arrows. I'm like, what? That weren't there the 5 times that I just died before, bro. Like, what's going on? I've just figured out how to kind of dodge him. I said, yo. But, as you said, throughout the game, I started understanding the mechanics. And, you know, when I got certain things that I knew, do you know what? This is going to help my build. Let me go and get this helmet and rare tear. Because it's not, even though you're just a mage and you're going to cast spells, there's also different types of spells, like what you
within
can...
certain brackets as well, isn't there?
So there's you got your faith, you got your intelligence. But then there's what suits your play style, do you get me?
That's right.
I remember, I was, you know, you could just throw spells straight at them. What if they're blocking them? So you had to devise new plans and new ways of like, you know what, I'll throw one that's a delayed one, so it hits them in the back, you get me?
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoyed my Elden Ring playthrough.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that me and you have gone through, bro.
Oh, yeah.
On that game. Oh, please tell me. You've got half of the footage.
I've got bits and pieces. I can't remember exactly what story, because we could tell a story now and I might have it.
Yeah.
We could tell a story and I might not have it.
That's true.
Because there's loads of different stories, down from, like we said, like the first time we started beating up bosses and thinking, you know, that gold one's ridiculous, and our first dragon that we fought, and all the madness going on there, and then I think obviously us changing our builds further on. Or more than that, actually, let me the point, actually. As Bizzle was saying, he said, you know, for more time, this is a me game. And then it grew from, you know what, I'll come on with P. So I thought it was still a me game, but he'd come on with me. Give this man, I should know better. He's a binger, isn't he? He's a binger, I should know better. Give him like 4 or 5 days once he got adjusted to this game. This man was leaping hurdles way further than I was. I'm like, yeah, I'm still over here, bro. Oh yeah, I've been over there. I've been over here. I've been over there. Let me take you over here. And I'm like, huh? This guy's he took over from me leading to this
P
man
said,
knowing everything. Yeah, this is where you gotta go for this. That's where you gotta go
P
for
said,
that. It's a mad thing. It's
I
good
know
to
when
see.
Biz was invested in the game
Yeah.
because he'll be on it before me.
That's it.
And I was like, that is so. There's so many games that I've said nah,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, do you know what? This is a P game, and do you know what? When you see me on that game without P,
Yeah.
Biz was invested in the game. Bizzle likes the game.
100%, man.
Bizzle likes the game, but
100%.
I've got to bring up, bro.
And that's good.
There's something about me, and I'm an opportunist, bro.
Yeah.
I'm an opportunist, and I love. And if you remember, do you remember the what we call the Dark Knight?
Yeah, we call him the Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, you see these game developers. You give me an opportunity.
I remember now.
You give me an opportunity to cheese this game, bro. And I'm doing it, bro.
Yeah.
We must have been up against. I think you've got the footage. We must have been up against this the Dark Knight, what we called him anyway. And when we're clarting him, and all of a sudden, I was like, wait there. Either my man's stuck,
Yeah.
or it's glitchy, he's not
he's
moving.
bogged or
But he was doing something, and he weren't. I said, bro, now
Nah.
get in now, bro. Get.
Literally, it was like, no. I was like, all right.
P was like, Bizzle, you're like, what is wrong with you, bro? I'm saying, listen, don't give me an opportunity to choose this game because I'll do it, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, he's after you. This is funny. There, you little bitch. There, you little bitch. No, you don't. Nope, you missed. Nope, you missed again. What the? Oh, he summoned his horse. That was sick. I've never seen that before. His horse is glitched. Yeah, he doesn't. I'm saving that. That's a podcast moment. My man just sitting him. He doesn't understand.
I would do it firsthand. But what would you say?
Funny.
What would you say your favourite? Obviously, you've got to the end. Well, you're on the very, very final boss, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what would you say your favourite boss or mini bosses so far?
I absolutely love the dragons. I love, again,
the dragons are cool.
samurai and mythology and all the rest of that. Dragons come into that, innit? So any of them dragon type of stuff, oh man, right up my street, man, right up my street. And there was a dragon, and I'm sure you said
I know what you're talking about.
That greeny
The teal.
blue, teal, like the dragon breed. And I just went, that dragon was just epic. There was something about him.
And he weren't even that.
So
He weren't that hard.
No.
I remember him. He was in the lake, and there was something behind him as well.
That's
and he
it,
was
yeah,
like, "This
sleeping.
dragon, there's something majestic about him."
Man, definitely.
And he was dope. The look of him, you'd seen the rest of the dragons, even the white one with the electric, and then you got the other one with like the holy lightning.
That's
but
right.
this one, it was fire, but it just looked banging, and I was like, "Yo."
Yeah, man. The design on that dragon was just epic.
This guy. Yeah, nah, he's sick.
And then I'd say the the hidden dragon, the two-headed one in the sky area when we had to drop down.
In the sky?
Yeah, with two heads, and he was a monster to beat. And we had to do him
Oh,
separately,
the big,
'cause he wouldn't
and he
let
kept
us-
doing that, almost like a
Yeah.
Cyclops,
He done the
like his.
madness,
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah,
I remember
he was, like,
that.
beaming some madness.
Yeah.
And the amount of times we had to fight him, and we couldn't do it together.
Yeah. I
I
remember
had to do
that.
it solo. He was a really good one.
Yeah. He's no joke. No joke.
I enjoyed a lot of them. The most annoying one was the tree.
Trees.
Yeah,
They were horrible. Nah, do you know what was the most annoying for me? You know that one with the the skeleton face, and it had like the gravity Dragon Balls on
with the
thing,
yeah,
and it had the spike tail, bro, that would get you from any.
Yeah, that came after you.
No, that vexed me because
Yeah.
I was there for about 20 tries.
Yeah.
P comes in, Simpson. That wasn't that hard. I said, nah, don't piss me off, bro. Don't get me vexed, bro, because you seen me on. We had our screen share up on each other, so we could always see where. Because when I summon your friend into the game, that's the only gripe I'd have with the game.
Yeah. It's a bit awkward for co-op.
Once you got used to it, but you were saying that's the law of the game. Like you're not meant to be able to play. You're a summon.
Yeah.
You get me? So you ain't even like I'm not playing my friend. I'm summoning some sort of help or an ability.
Basically,
you get me? So and I understood. So once you explain that to me, I understood it. But so we'd have each of us screen share, big up PS5, on the top of each of the screens so we could see where it was. And P seen me with this same, and I'm dodging. Remember, I've been playing this game now, and I'm invested in the game, so I know what I'm doing, so I know I'm rolling at the right time, and it's still clarting me, bro. I'm saying, what is going on? My geezer's strong, I've been farming for some runes and whatnot, so I know what I'm doing. I was getting clarted. P comes in with this rivers of blood. Yeah, I said, nah. Go away, bro.
Clearly, that enemy was great against long range.
Yes.
And you were long range at the time.
Yeah.
You were the sorceress, weren't you?
Yeah.
And I just went close range, got in underneath him. He didn't know what he was doing.
Do you know what? I can't.
Messed him up then. But there's so much about that game. So much.
I'm trying to get through it because every time you say something, there's something else that's like the amount of weapons, armor, builds, like it caters to everything.
Absolutely.
Everything?
Yeah,
everything.
100%, man.
Bro,
there's so much to it.
There's
so much we haven't even
still got to. The only reason why I reckon the only reason why we put that down is because once, obviously, we had a lot on for one, so we couldn't really play it. But me personally, was the respec option in New Game Plus One.
Yeah,
it's too far.
Okay.
You get me? I was ready to respec and do what I needed to do. But now I've got to go all through. I don't have to do most of the story, but I've got to do at least two main bosses.
Yeah, you got to do at least
to
two
get
main bosses.
So I can use the lava tiers to respec and start doing a new build. And by that time, I'm like, I've got to go through all the graces again. So if I do die, I'm back at this grace. I've got. Do you know what? I've done the game. I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the game that much. I even said to you, Game of the Year. And God of War's coming out this year, so that's gonna have. You know me, God of War fanatic. That's me, my game.
Yeah.
And that's gonna take some beating.
Yeah. I bumped into a friend of mine the other day. He says he's on Elden Ring and whatnot. And I said, so what are you doing? He said, oh, I've gone through and I've respec'd a couple of times and I've done that one Limgrave area and I beat that Margaret and this, that and the other. So I said, okay then. So how many bosses do you reckon you beat? He said probably about quite a lot. And I went, okay, what do you say? What's a lot? And he went, about 10. I went, 10?
Did you tell him how many's in the first area?
I says, bro, me and Bizzle, when we say we played this game, we said we are doing number 1 to number however 100 or whatever it is. It's 80 odd, I think, or something like that.
From what we said, when people say, they're playing this game, me and P said there ain't a boss we're not doing. If it's counted as a mini boss or it's called a boss, it's got a large health pool. We're going for it. We are doing everything.
Every last one of them.
And we're not leaving that area until we've done it.
Yep.
So I can't tell you exactly how many there are because like in one area it was 1 to 28 and the next area it was 1 to 25. Yeah. So where it didn't go from like 28 to 56 or whatever it was meant to be. Do you get me?
In certain areas.
But just know, man did everything.
Yeah. We beat every
boss.
Every last one of them. So we've got the knowledge to say we have played these bosses. And just talking about the bosses is easily 10-minute segment. But then move on and you move to the weapons. That's easily another 10-15-minute segment. This man had so many different staffs. And then when he respected into his God of War, as he's just said, he's a God of War guy. He would respect into a God of War build. Ridiculous. I went from one samurai sword with the moon veil and I had it sheathed. I was slashing through, man. And then I went, I went to Rivers of Blood first. And I went with Blood Loss. So I went to the Blood Loss build. And man was just, as soon as I did that, because I was feeling, I got to a point where I was underwhelming and I had to call Biz to come and help me a couple of times. I was definitely feeling underwhelmed. And then I respect. And I went into the Rivers of Blood after the patch because Arcane weren't working properly.
Yeah.
And when I say, woof, 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 and our man was dead, and Bizzle was like,
Wow.
oh, okay.
I need to respect.
Yeah.
It's time for me to use something different.
And then you'd seen it a couple of times, and you just went, yeah, that's just
But
disgusting.
I kind of got it.
And then when I respect into the whips, that was fun. That was also fun.
Because you seen, I remember, I was
fun.
trying to help you get that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
it wasn't
that
you
one
took
whip.
long. It was my one that took long. Remember?
Yeah, to get your extra
I
weapon.
can't remember. I wish I can remember the YouTuber's name because I'd give him some credit. But I seen a random YouTube that said God of War build. I said what? I said pardon. I said was this purposely put on my feed like to attract me? I said okay, let me see what you've got to say. Like I was either going to be very angry at you calling this a God of War build, or I was going to be impressed. And I was the latter, bro. I was impressed, and I would shout out this guy's name. Hopefully, I can find it in my history. Rare, but. Basically, there's two blades here. There's two magma blades that you got to farm one certain enemy, and it drops this pool of magma everywhere. And if you get the right skin, bro, you can look like Kratos.
Yeah.
And he does some spin attacks, so it looks like you've got the blades of chaos, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, P. I said, I'm going for it.
Yeah, man.
P was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm still trying to get this blade, bro.
I'm
still trying to get. Anytime P was doing a boss or a solo boss, I was like, I'm going to farm.
Yeah.
It took me ages to get these.
Yeah, man.
You just have to keep killing the same things. But yeah, the amount of options that you can get for the like, I want to go into certain house again now, and I'm like I said, if it weren't so far into the game, I probably would have.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of other games to play.
Yeah.
Look,
that's it for me, is just the fact that we've got so much other. Otherwise, I don't mind respecing and doing the New Game Plus and going through it because it's that good of a game. It's just epic.
Bro.
Epic. The vastness of the levels, the amount of bosses, the amount of weapons that we've just discussed, and all we've discussed is the sorcerers and the samurai stuff. Like I said, I mentioned one quick thing about the whips, and the whips were mad when I was doing my jump attack whipping people.
The incantations,
and then when I was the ashes
teleport,
of war,
bruv.
the ashes, I put an ashes of war on with this whip build. I must have been fighting one boss, and Bizzle stood there. Well, I sat there and was like, "That was so clean, Pete.
Yes.
That was ridiculous.
Yes.
I must have woofed him, woofed him again. What
it looked,
woof,
I seen it and I was like, you know when you stand there in awe of something, I was like, that looked really good. Like, you know when sometimes you just got to compliment your brethren and say, yo, you don't need to say, yo, beast, but you have to say, bro, that was really smooth, bro. That was, it looked like he timed it perfect. And I was like, yes, my bro. I'll sit back here. You don't need me, bro. It was dope. But what I want to go into right now and segue is the PvP element.
That had to be next. I was going to say it has to be next.
Because we've got some footage for that where me and P have been crying of what we've done to people, bro.
Yeah.
What we was doing
hilarious.
Because basically, like, if P was to summon me into a game, or I was to summon him, I believe that it opens some sort of portal to allow other people to join your game now and say, right, them man, we can go and fight them. You get me?
Yeah.
The annoying thing about that is if you invade somebody's game, you're immune to NPC damage or any enemy damage
except they won't come for you.
From the players you're trying to. So they can go and stab, and it always happened to you.
Yeah, always.
To your game
always
that I was coming into, always when we was at the boss.
Yep.
So we would go to the boss. It would say, "Bam,
ridiculous,
invaded," and people's like, "Why my game?
Yeah.
Why me?" Or because let's just say we summoned each other in 100 times, 93 times it was in his game that we got invaded by somebody.
It was ridiculous the amount of times. I can't
no
lie.
gas.
Like,
I'm being deadly serious. It was always P.
Yeah, we could just anticipate at a time, and it was like we're gonna get invaded
and
now.
To the point where we started running up to the boss. Saying, you know what? Just wait 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Invaded. Knew it.
Yep.
Knew it. Thought, let's not engage with it. Let's clot up this idiot. That time, bro, where
Which one? Which one?
we was about to go and do, I think it was one of the Erd trees. We was up on some green grass thing, and there was like a half dome, and I said, I'll get that item from that first. And he was like, oh, I've been invaded. I said, wait there then. Let me go and hide in the bush.
Oh,
bro.
yeah, the bush one. Nah, the bush one was funny.
I hid in the bush, yeah. I sat down in the bush. P, you can emote on the game. So P sat down like this, yeah. P sat down like this. He's come up to him. I've gone, ding, ding, ding. Boom. Geezer's gone. P was like, Bye.
See you later. I
So the
didn't have
geezer's
to do
running
anything.
up to pee, you know, and oh,
Yep.
bro.
Didn't see him
I-
at all.
I
Running
hope-
straight towards me, and then death.
I hope the footage shows that better than I'm explaining it, because me
Yeah.
and P were crying.
Crying, man.
What's he doing? To my left. Oh yeah. Let's do it. Haha, you're gonna get sneaked up on. I'm saving that.
That one was fun.
There was a couple of
There
them.
was a couple of them where we've done that type of thing, where a man's tried to come for one man, forgotten about the other, and absolutely battered a man.
I've jumped over the wall. I'm coming round. Yep. I didn't need to do anything.
But to give some credit to some PvPers, some of them have absolutely battered myself and Biz.
Yeah, some of them had the movement.
That one guy was just ridiculous.
I remember. But then some of them were just.
Whoa.
Do you know what? You know me, my pride's up there. You get me. But some people I will give credit to. Some of them clattered us like they were sick. But I'd
There
say
was others that tried to cheese us.
I would say there was only two. I'd say I give two of them. The rest of the people that actually beat us was because we was at a boss.
Yeah,
and we were
100%.
getting hit by the boss. They were running. Look at that one who was underground who kept running towards enemies, and we still clattered him. Because like, you know what? Let's just chase him down. But I ain't waiting for him. This guy's taking up time.
Yeah.
But some of them, that's the only gripe I had. Like, they should be able to get hit by the enemies too, because otherwise it's the easy way to cheese. Just wait for them to enter the boss, hide out, and then go and get them. Do you get me?
Yeah. We had one incident where we was at one of the trees. Don't think it was an Erd tree. Maybe it was an Erd tree, and we got invaded in my game.
Obviously.
Yeah. This was in Caelid, not far from the white dragon that doesn't move. Anyway, we were down there, and this guy comes, and he's right by. We were fighting the boss at the time, but we backed off from the boss because we could see him.
Mm-hmm.
My man tries to draw us back to the boss, and we were like, nah, I'm not stupid. Come over here. He's having none of it. He's not going. So then he finally comes towards us again, and then he backs back down to him. So we said, forget this, let's go up the top on the ridge. So we went up on the mountain. This guy went round and hid behind a rock.
Yeah, he was.
Because I think I started shooting at him, and he was hiding behind this rock for ages.
For time.
And then I went, you know what? If I jump, if I can cut
we had to
him off,
make
if I
sure the
jump
jump
down,
was all right. That was
and
the
I
only
got
thing.
down, I jumped down, and I did cut him off, but then he rolled and rolled and rolled and went straight back
To the
the tree boss. He was so pathetic. Me and Biz went and done the next boss. And when we went and done the next boss, we seen that he got booted out because we went somewhere else. You, sir, if you ever see this, are a pum pum.
Big pum pum.
Typical. Oh fuck yeah! Fuck the boss then. Go for him. Oh, nice. Oof. Oh no. Yeah, just keep coming back. Leave the boss. Get back. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Just get out of here, because otherwise, yeah. No, no one's being a pum pum. You're just not letting him get his advantage. You get me? Fuck, he ain't having the advantage.
A few minutes later.
You've invaded my game. You're supposed to come with it. Come, dickhead.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
This geezer's on a long thing. Look at him. He won't come for it. The man won't come for it.
More moments later.
Yep, told ya, not an issue. Let me get in between you and the boss. Come on then, dickhead. Yep. Yeah, look, he teleported past me. See, ran back down to it. Ran back down to it. You're a pussy. You're a pussy. Ran straight back down towards it. You've come to invade. Do your thing.
Later that same evening.
I think so, 'cause I haven't heard that thingy's left type of thing. You know what I mean? Pussy, oh yeah, it's two of them. Ah, he's returned now probably because we went through here. Haha, shame, prick.
My man wasted about, because
Yeah,
it's
wasted a
all
lot
good
of
like
time.
us saying like he could be like, but they were scared to fight me. No, we came to fight, man.
Yeah.
And you kept running into the boss, which obviously gives us an unfair advantage. There's this big 60-foot boss against just, you get me, it's a hard boss, you get me, and
Yeah,
my man who's obviously skilled, you get me as well. So
Yeah.
it was like, forget this geezer, it's
Clearly
doing my head
unfair.
in. But
If it was just normal NPCs in the area, I'd have been alright with it because obviously there are two of us and he's only one. Normal NPCs cool, but he was trying to drag this back to the boss. He was something else. He was something
idiot.
else.
But
We've got a lot of those little invasion footage.
Hopefully we can get
some of them are funny as hell, and I'll throw up whichever ones I can.
yeah. All right. Out of 10.
10.
Ooh.
I'm telling you. Wow. I'd probably say a 9.5. There are gripes, of course. There are. No game is ever perfect, but 100% game of the year so far. This thing is just epic.
9.5 definitely. I don't see. I can't complain about much.
That's what I'm saying.
There's
just
not
maybe little things.
I don't even know like what.
The co-op, like you said,
I think that was
slightly
meant
annoying.
to be how it is, though.
Yeah.
Like you said, because once you understand the
Once you
law,
do,
like you said, you're not meant to be able to have people in there. So it's, pardon me, it's a summon. Do you know what I mean?
And obviously, other people get deterred because there's no real linear to it. So people can get
Yes.
lost with story.
Yes,
like, huh? What do you mean? Where do I go? What am I doing? So I can understand why people are going to get upset by that as well.
But even
there's loads of quest
the
things.
developer says, this ain't hold your hand.
Nah,
You
it
need
does not hold your hand at
like,
all.
don't think you can keep pressing X and skip the dialogue and think you're gonna know what you're doing. No, that dialogue has meaning, and it won't just say right now go to the land of so and so. There'll be little words in there, and you need to remember, that it said go see so and so, but where was he again? And if you weren't paying attention, bro, you're gonna have to YouTube most of it. Do you get me? And you're gonna ruin the experience to yourself
100%.
for yourself. So
there's also different endings, so every playthrough is different. I mean, me and Biz can tell you that because I'll be at a boss and I'm like, I'm not killing that guy. This guy, just kill him. And I'm like, no, I don't want to kill him.
well, I'm gonna
kill him. And I'm like, why do you want me to kill him? Because I've already killed him. But I don't want to kill him. So that was the guy you feed the death rot to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, this guy's, you're like, nah, I'm telling you, because he came after me and he attacked me. So I killed him. And he did. He came after me. He attacked me. And I attacked him. But then afterwards he went, oh, all right, my bad. And he chilled. And he started giving me stuff. And then Biz was like, oh.
Bro,
damn.
Listen, you give me the opportunity to clot an NPC and I'm doing it, bro.
I did it to Patches, remember?
Yes, you did. You told me not to.
Patches.
But even, what was the gal at the end in the one he gave...
Millicent, isn't it?
Millicent.
Yeah, Millicent.
Boss, he gave me, he said, do you want to fight with or against? I said, this little how do I running up and down the rest of the map looking for stuff for her to help her get... Shut up, man.
Yeah.
Boss up you, man. Come out my game, man. Sure.
He murdered her.
But yeah.
But I didn't. So there are different bits, yeah.
And
then the Yari guy, like I don't think you killed him.
I don't think. Is that the
one with the samurai hat?
because you wanted the
and then
outfit.
I clarted him and went, yo, I'm taking your
Yeah,
basically.
Good game. Very, 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 very good game. Anybody skeptical about buying it, go and buy it. We're in no way supported by any developers. Elden Ring has been worth every penny.
Yeah, 100%.
Every penny.
I've loved it. Really
Every
have,
penny.
man. I've played all the Dark Souls games, and Elden Ring is #1 for me. Others will tell you, it's not Dark Souls enough. I loved it. I think they found a really, really nice sweet spot, and you gave me just so much content.
A
you gave
lot.
me so much content. so much to explore, so much to see, so much variety in different areas, snowy regions, poison areas. How many times I can confidently say that I think our most joint hated enemy is the imps inside the dungeons.
Oh my gosh. Don't tell me about it.
The dungeons are crazy. They're silly goddamn imps.
And they weren't even... They
so
just
annoying.
randomly kill you, hit you with blood loss. Got this stupid pitchfork hammer.
Some of them were different as well. They'd be
don't start me on them
roofs,
again.
They'd be falling off the roofs, all sorts. They were serious. And the bears, some of the big bears, they were no joke,
They
man.
were some of the hardest. And they weren't even classed as bosses, were they? And they would...
No joke, man. The game's wicked.
But on a segue, I'm going to segue like this. Let's see if the segue matches up. But you say you had a samurai build, yeah?
Yeah, man.
We recently but we recently was invited down to WASD.
Yes.
That's a gaming event, an indie gaming showcase and whatnot. And there's a few games, obviously the samurai game we've seen. So myself and P had some press tickets to go down to WASD 2 weeks ago now.
Yep.
That's, we've been busy. We met some great people down there.
Definitely.
What did you think of the day?
The day was really good. It was lingering. It's only because of the amount of work I had
you had
to do.
a lot of weight on you.
You know what I'm saying? I might as well have fell over by the time I got home.
Listen.
But the event, wow, the event was wicked, man.
Anybody that's got... See, I don't want to say that's got a personal cameraman. Anybody that's in business and their business partner or the business associate is the cameraman. Listen, I felt P's bag. I'm walking around with a mic and I'm cool. I'm thinking, my legs are hurting still. It's been a long day, interviewing, talking a lot, blah, blah, blah. When I picked up P's bag, P had been walking around London with about 40 kg on his back all day. Yeah? And I was like, I can't complain no more. I can't complain. So big up you, bro, because you was there. And every moment I was like, yo, P, quick, interview. P was there, tripod ready, to the point where I was like, P, give me something to carry. You get me? Because you're carrying a lot.
Yeah.
But it was really...
Tripod on the front, rucksack on the back.
I know, because literally, when I told you about the event, we were really like, he was like...
Yeah, I wasn't too sure.
We couldn't find much information about it. Was looking at... I was like, do we need to go to this? And I was like, yes, we do. It's a networking opportunity. We need to be there. We've been given press tickets. Let's go. And to your surprise, you really enjoyed the day, right?
100%. I was definitely skeptical. I didn't know whether to go or not. I'm looking at some of the bits I found, and I'm like, I can't find too much about it. I was just unsure. But the event was ran very well. Very well when we got there.
I liked how it
flowed.
It was very
nice
it seemed segregated, but it seemed all one at the same time.
Yeah, man.
Like Tobacco Docks was a great venue for it. It made it look like, all right, that house is there. Like, what's that? Game of Thrones, like, that house is there, and the 2K house is there, and the Sega house is there, and you go and visit whatever house you would like. And I was like, oh, that was dope, and we met some good people, I think.
Definitely.
Do you know what?
I think he was talking about the samurai stuff, though, weren't you?
Yeah.
So for one of the first interviews we got.
Sorry, there's segue.
Was
messed up my own segue.
You messed up your segue.
Batteries ran out. Go on.
But yeah, the WASD was brilliant, and we went into the indie development area, and there was studios called Quali.
They're usually known.
2 games that are already out on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Those interviews, and one of them was Die by the Blade, and as you hear in that interview, I'm a samurai guy. He's a fighting, as he says, gun.
Love it.
But it was very interesting type of a fighting game. The aspect of
that interview threw me, because when you're interviewing somebody and they're talking about the game, you want to make, like, it's your job also to quiz them about the game, but also, you're looking at the game. If it takes your price, you're making them feel like, yo, what you're saying is nice. I'm taking it in. Yeah, man. And like, sometimes your responses are automated. You get me? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, nice. And he's like, all right, so it's a fighting game, a bit of a twist. You hit a combo and it's a 1-hit kill. And I'm like, yeah, no. Wait, what? Yeah. 1-hit kill? Like, instant. He was like, yeah. So how long is the combo you got to do? And he was like, 3 moves. I said, and you're dead. He was like, yeah. I said, what? I said, nah. Man's got to see this, because in my head, they're like, when I think about fighting games, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about frames to start up. So how quick is this start up? Can I move out of the way? Is it endurance based? Is it a meter bar? Is it this? And I'm like, I've got to get on this game and see what it's all about, because I'm like, because I want to ask him all these questions straight away. And like when you're part of the fighting game community, you're thinking you need to know about these things. And so we was like, yo, let's get on.
Definitely.
And to our surprise, it's not as easy as it sounds.
No, we weren't easy.
Because there's a stance first, so you've got to pick a stance that you want to, which kind of remind me of
ties to the weapons as well.
Neo, you know, because Neo was obviously different stances, so you can have it low, also, side, up.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
You choose your stance there.
Yeah, so that kind of gave me that kind of feel of it, but it had the Tekken element to it. But what was the Soul Calibur? Because
I think you said about a bit of
Soul Calibur. It looked wicked, and it was more about the weapon.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You're saying that the characters don't have abilities themselves. The abilities lie within the weapons. And that was it was a very interesting take. It was a very interesting take. Graphics looked polished. The gameplay, it flowed. But it definitely needed, for me to understand it more, for me to be able to really get the best out of it.
Yeah, because there was like, have you done anything? And I was like, we can't, because nothing staggers you either. So it kind of, like, if P was to hit me mid, and like usually if you get caught in somebody's hit, you're in a stun lock. You get me? Somebody's doing a combo, you're in a stun lock. Now, because this is only a three hit move, I assume that they've put it so you don't get stunned. So if P was on his second move, I could still hit my hit button or my strike button and hit him with it. So I'm guessing it's a bit of strategy, a bit of chess.
Man,
so it's like you kind of want to whiff your first two, and let him come in and then hit him with the third and actually one hit kill. That's how I was assumed. That would be my chess plan. Is that like I'd try and not hit with the first two and only hit with the second one. I mean the third one, sorry, and try and get that one hit kill because otherwise, if he sees a combo, if he's being hit by a combo, he can just press it. So there's a bit of chess to it.
Yeah, there's definitely, as you were saying, there was that method, and then I found a method where I was hitting the combo, and the end one was very much a
poke. It had a reach to it.
And that one kind of got a couple of times where it's like, oh, you didn't think it was going that far. So the range on certain combos as well is definitely.
Yeah, you can get so, but it definitely, I can see it being at high level, like a high level competitive. I can see it being a lot of shimmying, a lot of forward and back, and not a lot of buttons being pressed until it's like, I've caught him. He thinks I'm coming forward. He's coming forward. You get me?
And
I can see.
You have to take care of that endurance bar as well, innit?
Yes, the endurance bar. Yeah, because if you're rolling away, you use some of your endurance and whatnot. But it looks like it's not. I don't.
Decent game.
Me personally, like I said, release reviews. I don't see myself rushing to get it.
Nah.
It didn't have that grip on me. Like we played a few games, but however, I can see it being a very methodical gameplay. Do you get me? As opposed to jump on and beat them up.
Technical,
it's more, yo, do you play this game? Yeah, I play that game. Come, let's play then. We'll put some money on this one because it looks like that type of game, and
there's loads of games out there that I like, but I won't buy. That's a bad boy game. It's a bad boy game, and that is definitely a bad boy game. It looks like they're gonna do decent things with it. Yeah. Hope the best for them.
Yeah, because quality are usually mobile games. Yeah. And these are their introductions, and it's not like usually. I don't know if it's. I'm uneducated to say if it's their first or not into the console, because it's on all platforms as well, and it's crossplay. So it's, for their introductory games to be on such a big scale, there's a lot of development behind it. You get me? And a lot of time gone into it, and it's not doo-doo. It's not a crap game. It looks good. It looks really good. So for a company that's used to be doing mobile games, and then their first entries like are taking the likes of people like myself. I say because usually you'd think mobile game creators, nah. But yeah, man. Let's segue on to Scave, which was their other game right behind it.
Yeah.
Now, my interpretation of that when I first seen it, it had like a Doom feel. Yeah. Like you're going around with these big weapons, and you're shooting, and then their enemies projectiles gave me the Returnal feel, like House Marquee. Which had like the very pixelated. They were very like it weren't just a one directional thing. It had like there was like a pattern to their
very
projectiles.
Strobe, like
So it gave me the mix of them being an FPS, and the way the guy explained it to me is that the world was ever changing. So like if you bossed the left normally and you'd go into like level 2, it could be level 25, it could be level 40. Do you get me? And that's what I was trying to ask him. Like, does it, even though you're in, let's say, biome level 40, does that reflect on your character level? Like, should you be there? Like, will it be a point where you've got to run and try and get back to like where you meant to level 2? But you were saying it's just going to reflect on the area. So if you do get to, if you go from 1 to level 30 or such, you won't be underpowered. Do you get me? It's just, it might be a bit different, and which is cool. A lot of games are doing that. Which, like I said, also like Returnal, because that you can. It's always, if you die, or it won't ever be the same way.
No.
Twice. You get me?
Yeah, you did say.
So
it's another good one. And they had also said that was going to be cross-play and drop in, drop out, co-op, they said. So, yeah, man, it was another
up to 4
one.
people.
Yeah.
And that was another
decent one.
You had
definitely.
a play on that, I know.
Yeah.
I tried to dig out P again with his... Whoa. Pause. Sorry. With your with your inverted controllers, bro. Sorry. There's no
hell no.
There's no cutting on this, bro. Listen.
Hell no.
Man, just say it how it is, isn't it? But yeah, them inverted controllers, bro.
Why is it? What is it with you and some of the things you say? This ain't the first time, you know.
Whoa! No, don't bring me into this, because we've got you on camera.
We've done them little segments. And what? Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
All right then. Don't let me go back to that one, because that will outdo any of mine so far. Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
You and Mr. Payne. So yeah, don't let me. If you want to see what we're on about, go to episode 9 and you'll see what he's on about.
Just
with
the
that
start.
one.
That's all you need to know.
But so we was in the indie zone. Quali had some very good games.
Definitely.
Also, was there anything? Yes, there was. I've got a business card over there. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, we've spoken to
the puzzle game.
Puzzle game. Yeah,
but I can't remember. This is really bad. I can't remember the name.
It's not bad because we've done so much over the past couple of weeks. Like how many? I
remember her name.
Spoken.
I remember her handles, her Instagram handles and whatnot. But basically, there was this. It's on there. There it is. There. We Were Here for Heather.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the game. But it was like a puzzle game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Like a co-op, but you can't play it solo. You have to play it with somebody. Yeah. It was a university start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, do you know what? I'm gonna fumble it enough.
Will also be on the YouTube.
Go and check the interview, because we had a long conversation about that. And me and the developer, we literally had a conversation with the developer, which was good. So, but I'm gonna fumble it, not recapping it myself.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So
yeah, we'll just point towards the interview on that one. Yeah. Because it was very in depth, and you could tell the woman had a lot to say about her game. She was very proud about her game.
I was reading off, so I wanted to know more. Yeah. So there was no preset questions. It was as I was going, I was thinking this, and can you do this, and this, and this, and she was reluctant to give off spoilers, but then she was like, listen, I need to tell you about this game.
Yeah. Definitely.
So the interview will be somewhere around here. Yeah. But Indie Zone
was good. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Where did we move to straight after the Indie Zone?
After that, we went over to Team 17.
Team 17, the makers of one of my favorite games. You know, I used to play Worms a lot, bro. Yeah, give it to me, Lionel.
Yeah, hell of a lot.
They had
with my boys.
Yeah. I remember me and...
Is it Banana Bomb or something like that?
Yeah, Banana Bomb was dope.
That was just disgusting.
And Super Sheep, the Flying Sheep. Lord. Listen, don't mess, you know.
Yeah, serious.
Carpet bombs, napalm bombs. Bro, you could kamikaze, you had the Street Fighter uppercut. Yeah. You could hit him with a bat and send a man's
yeah, the man's face. In a man, you'd be this close to a man.
But yes, we had... So they had a few games in there also.
Yeah.
They had that, is it Marauders?
I think it was,
which was basically their latest game, which was their space. It's like...
Yeah, was it Space Pirates? Did you say something like that?
No, that was the other one. So it was more like World War... So imagine bolt-action sniper rifles, but in space.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
You get me? So it's like World War One type guns and type feel, but the futuristic of space. And that's kind of how she was depicting it. And big up her, and I had a few. As you also that interview.
That'll be up. Also,
as you've seen, we did a lot here, so it's more. If you want to go and check them in depth, we can kind of run through what we did there and what games were there. And but yes, I think was it me and Vaughn? Me and Vaughn had to go on How Let Loose before, and I was severely unimpressed. And as you know, I was going to say something. Once I got the opportunity to speak to some sort of developer or somebody, I was like, listen, what gone with that game there? And fair play to her. She knew her stuff and she stuck up for her game.
Yeah, man, she came
and
back.
she weren't having nothing what I had to say.
I like it.
And because
like
it was
it.
more, what I had to say was opinion based.
Yeah.
Do you get me? How I felt about the game. And she was like, well, you're wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not. She was like, yes, you are.
And I love that. She gave it in a good way as well. She
Yeah.
had that good energy. Well, I think you're wrong. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's
man.
go over here.
And,
with a good smile on her face. Very warm, lovely woman.
They had a few games there. There's
They
one
did
that
have a
kind of
few
had
games in there.
kind of had like a Diablo type feel to it.
Yeah.
The names, we've got the names there, but the names elude me at the moment.
Yeah.
But you know, when you see big household names, you tend to say, "Where's this game?" So I was like, "Where's Overcooked? Where's Worms?" And they were like, "Well, we're trying not to do that. This is a showcase of new games." And yeah, had quite a few stuff there.
Yeah, man.
Which was quite good.
That's some good stuff there, man. But definitely Overcooked at the moment is definitely their game right now.
And then
My
we
kids
got
love that.
straight into next door was 2K, right?
Yes, and
Before.
that's before Sega, wasn't it?
Yes, that was before
You
Sega.
sure? Hold on. Didn't we finish in 2K rooms?
No.
I think we finished in the 2K rooms. That's when we packed up.
But I think we did actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I think
right.
it was
I think we've
Sega
gone in
first.
there and said we'd come back.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to see what else was around there. But
That's
Sega was in there.
Yeah.
And we had a nice interview with this senior comms manager, I
Yeah,
think, innit?
Natasha.
Natasha. She was great. She was very
Absolutely.
enthusiastic about
Lovely woman.
her products. The team complimented us on our Jordans and that. You know what
They
I'm saying?
were. They were.
But yeah,
Good
she was
guys
wicked.
working there.
She said she'll get us on the press list. They never really had much. They had. She was like, it was like a civilization game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That they were promoting.
This is really bad of me because I was just finishing off the interview yesterday and it's gone out of my head completely what the name of the game
Bro,
was
do you know what?
called.
We've obviously the next episode we'll talk about Insomnia, but with Insomnia, with this, with the rest of the stuff we've been doing, like
Yeah, it's been
it's
a
a
lot
lot.
on. And yeah,
Do you get me?
it's pushed our production back a little because I'm only one man, you know. But
yeah, she was
It's been-
cool. And then what I
good.
want to get into is stuff that we've been able to, because it was all good going there and like you said, interviewing people and the games you haven't been able to try. So it was more about, okay, so what does this do? And then when they say something, you've got to think of a response. Okay, so can it do this and can it do that? And it's a back and forth like that.
Yeah,
Whereas with 2K, they were showcasing Tiny Tina's and WWE and
Yeah,
2K,
and
which
2K.
are games, and 2K and NBA.
NBA 2K. Yeah, sorry. We're just used to calling it
2K. So it's games which we have played. So we was in there and was like, right, we want to say this to you and we want to ask you this. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So it was like, can we hurry up and get there? Not can we hurry up and get there because we wanted to take in and appreciate, you know, all these developers, all these indie showcases, and we wanted to appreciate the whole day.
Yeah.
And it was coming towards it and was like, we need to get to 2K before.
Yeah.
And big up the person that we spoke to,
Yeah, man.
Tom.
Yeah.
Big up you. If you see this, big up yourself.
100%.
He gave us a great insight into what the company does,
Yeah.
what other things you don't see them doing.
Yeah.
But I had been playing Tiny Tina's at the time,
Yeah, yeah, I did.
so and he hadn't even completed himself. I was giving him tips on the game.
Yeah.
And let me get into Tiny Tina's quickly. Yeah. Have you managed to get on it yet?
Yeah, you know, I've been on it. I haven't gotten a lot into it, so I've probably put in about maybe 3 or 4 hours, maybe. Gotten through the first couple of areas, but that's about it at the moment because Elden Ring and every other thing that we've been doing.
So now, we got, obviously, my friend Vonley was like, Bizzle, there's one game I'm going to buy it, I'm going to pre-order, and it's Tiny Tina's. He's been raving about it. I said, all right, cool. You can get my one. I give out one a year, yeah? A recommendation purchase. I said, yeah, cool. So he's like, buy time. I hadn't played any Borderlands before because I assumed it was all. I didn't understand. I didn't do the research, but I thought it was more like a Overwatch type game.
Yeah,
Do you get me? Where you pick a character like that and you fight in that type of environment, like a PvP setting. It was like, nah, bro, it's co-op and you go against enemies like a PvE. I said, okay. I said, cool. Let me try this out. First impressions, I was loving it. I thought these guns are sick. There's different guns. Tiny Tina's just the way she. Remember, that's my first introductory to. So most people had seen her in the other Borderlands.
Yeah.
So my introduction to her, she'd be like, oh, you'd hear like the commentary from her. She'd be like, and you got into the dungeon and there's a big crab, and then you see a big crab, whatever she thinks at the time, because it's her game. What she's actually, you're playing her game. Do you get me?
Man.
And she's like, and then a big crab will just appear, and I'm like, do you know what? That's actually dope. And you get some sick guns and the abilities and the different characters and builds you can have towards it. I was like, oh, this is really good, really good. Until you knew that was coming. Until for me, I paid £80 for the game, for the season pass and the extra content and whatnot. That was on recommendation, so Barney owed me some peas. But for me, that could have been the DLC. The whole game could have been a DLC.
You're not the first person to say it. You won't be the last.
The whole game could have been a DLC, and the content was so small, it had to stretch out with side quests. Yeah. There's a lot. There's more side quests than there are missions. Obviously, most games are, but there's a lot of side quests which try and beef up the game. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And then the end game is a chaos dungeon, which you just repeat, and every time you do it, you can put chaos dungeon 1, chaos dungeon 2. There's a few different like little levels, a few different enemies, but nothing that is worth £80, bro. No way. All chaos dungeon. Right, you've got a gold gun. Cool. Number 2. Is anything different? No, same one. Okay, cool. Number 3, anything different? No, same one. Okay, cool. Up to 20, and then they've just brought a DLC out.
Have they already?
Yeah, but it's more like an event, bro. It's like another level. You get me? You do another level. It's not like, usually a DLC is like more of the story, and you get a few different levels, and there might be some new guns and whatnot. Yeah. This just it's more like an event than a DLC.
Okay.
And to be honest, the more I play it now, the more I get angry with it, because I'm like, I paid £80 for this game, and
that's not good.
Like, the game is a good game on your first playthrough. Don't get to the end game and expect you're going to have end game content. Yeah. No, because, and that's just me being real. Some people might say, well, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a great game. Me being real, I want to say, like, yo, is there any way for me to get my money back? Yeah. Because there should be more. There just should, for £80, bro, for the deluxe edition. I don't care how much content, unless you're going to give me a whole nother game of content in the coming weeks, bro. You should have gave that. Shouldn't have been that price, bro.
That's all. Not knocking the game itself.
Like, the game's good.
It's hard.
The game's good.
Yeah, it's just a lack of content for the price that it came out at. Definitely.
And me personally was getting a lot of bugs, bro. So when you invite someone to your game, it says like, if you try and skip forward like into like a new area, and you're on your menu, it'll come up P's in the menu. You must wait. You can't move forward. Now sometimes that would just stick on my screen. So we move forward and it still says P's in the menu. I'm saying, okay, might have turned that off, but I shouldn't have to do that. I should just go. Yeah. Cool. Then there was like, I can't fast travel certain places. Don't know why. Just can't do it. And then the most gripe is the best guns in the game are these liquid cooling guns that heat up on you. So there's no ammo to them. You shoot and it heats up, and then you got to cool down and shoot again. Yeah. Bro, they would just stop working. You'd be shooting, but you do no damage. At one point, my whole loadout, like you get 4 guns in it that you can cycle through. Yeah. My whole loadout was liquid cooling guns. So I had like a poison, fire, an ice, and a dark magic one. Bro, they all, I couldn't do it. They all broke. I was like, Vaughn, I'm coming off this game, bro. I said, how can every one of my guns not be working, bro? Yeah. I said, nah. Even after the patch, same again. I said, bro, don't ask me to come on this game, because I'm done. I was already done with it, with the lack of content, and I'm doing this just to say we've got to the end. We did all the hardest levels. We did everything on Elite, you know, a completionist style, and I can't do it, bro. I said, don't ask me to come back on this game, because I'm not doing it. Did you get me? I went back on it for the event. I was like, nah.
That's sad.
Nah. But, however, I wouldn't say I wouldn't buy the game. I would not tell anybody that, because the game was a good play. The first playthrough was a good playthrough. I enjoyed it. If you're new to the Borderlands experience, Tiny Tina herself is an amazing character, bro.
100% she is.
Absolute badass character, and her bonkers and badass. Like the whole persona of the character is actually, I can understand why they wanted to make her own game. Yeah. They had to.
Yeah, because
I haven't even played Borderlands, any of the other Borderlands. However, I can see how likable she is,
Yeah,
and this needed a game. However, it didn't. It
It's
didn't.
just the price tag was just too high.
Yes,
personally,
I think
Too
what
high.
they did is they understood how much people love this character, and are willing to buy her game. Do you get me?
Yeah.
However, I just felt, me personally, I feel like we didn't get enough content.
Yeah, man. So that's Tiny Tina's
Mm-hmm.
in a nutshell, but so to speak. Great game. Some small bugs here and there. It wasn't that bad because, as Bizzle was saying previously, Von had said that this game had come out with no real issues when it first came out, and obviously there's been day one patches for so many different games. This game came out and it was solid. Some small irritant ones here and there. It just lacked a bit of content. But the 2K manager there, he was giving nothing but the realness on 2K, and he said he loved the feedback that we were giving. Same way he says that's what we want to hear. That's the only way we can improve, really. So again, that interview will be on the YouTube again, the 2K interview. So go
No
check
point
that
us
one
cramming
out.
it all into the podcast. Podcast is about us and our reviews on games, and if you want to see the interviews with developers, go there.
Yeah, basically.
Go there.
So yeah, it was all in all, to just wrap up that WASD. It was good. The 2K segment was good. Speaking to Sega was good.
Yeah.
Being so rude because there was also that what's his name?
Tanuki Gaming. Yes, then with the tabletop. Pass me that there, please.
Lovely guy.
This right
Nearly
here.
forgot about him.
Thank you. Big up Tanuki Gaming. He has his own gaming shop in London, and you know me, I'm a big. Well, I must have said that. I love cards.
Yeah.
I bought the new My Hero Academia card set. I'm going to try and collect that. Obviously, I used to play Pokemon, the card set. But he was teaching me about Magic. I was saying, yeah, I've seen a lot of my friends play Magic, and it was like, here's a pack for you. And I was like, dope, man, just gave us a freebie like that. And he said, in this set here, there could be a card that's called Tanuki. And I was like, well, you've got your own card in Magic. And he was like, no, that's just a coincidence. So let's open it and let's see if we do get Tanuki. We've got Gift of Breath, Thundersteel Colossus, Tamio's Completion, Golden Tail Disciple, Kindled Fury, Planar Incision, Return to Action, Season of Renewal, Iron Apprentice, The Fall of Lord Conda, Hotshot Mechanic, Oni Colt Anvil, the Coochie Silencer, Lion Sash, the Coochie Silence. I've just got it! Whoa, bro.
There's no way.
Bro.
I just heard you say that.
I was like, why is he laughing? Bro,
said-
it says... I don't know if you can see that.
Nah, it will be blurred. It will be blurred.
The Coochie Silencer, Lion Sash, and yeah, we didn't get the Tanuki Gaming, but yo,
just hold it up from where you are, and I'll try and zoom in on the card.
big up Tanuki Gaming for the Coochie Silencer. As if either I'm pronouncing that wrong or they was like, yeah, wait, so he's a creature, he's a human ninja that silences the Coochie. Some people are thinking, what are they on about, bro? But big up everyone that knows exactly what we're on about, bro. Yo.
Nah, that had me. I'm thinking, there's no way he just said that and went past it like
No.
there was nothing.
Do you know what?
And there's no way you can fake that. You just opened a card pack. You know that weren't no planted.
Nah, you seen me rip it, bro.
You open
I was so focused on, because obviously I was hoping that, you know, if there are
the
some
Tanuki
Magic,
one.
if there are some the Magic Gathering followers that are saying, oh, he's pronounced, I was trying to get the pronunciation of all the cards right. And obviously at first glance, not ever seen no Magic cards, so I was like, make sure I'm getting the pronunciation of these cards right. And I was like, the Coochie Silencer. And then when I seen, I was like, why did he just start? I was like, man said the Coochie Silencer. I said, no.
No, that was funny. I'm sorry. Is that immature of me? I
No,
don't know.
at least
I
you
found that funny.
know that this is the realest. Yeah, there's no fakery going on over here.
oh,
You
that
see
was
me
funny.
open the packet. the coochie silencer that's a
Oh,
human
that was
ninja.
funny.
Oh,
Sorry.
big up to Nuki
Yes,
Gaming.
yeah, definitely. Wonderful guy that we met there. That interview will also be up on the YouTube, so go look
Also,
out for that. Good
you
story
might be able
had.
to, on a quick one, with this being the Saturday that we're recording this, and we're giving away, as you've seen on our Instagram, we're giving away a Switch tomorrow.
We are indeed.
So by the time you've edited this, you might be able to say, congratulations to this winner who's won the Switch.
Yeah, we'll just say it now then.
Yeah.
We'll just say congratulations to this guy
For winning the
or
Switch.
this person, should I say?
All they had to do was follow the Instagram, follow the YouTube, and leave a comment with your name, and we gave away a Switch.
Yep.
It was as easy as that. Some people seen the flyer that we gave out, and maybe it was like, I ain't going to enter that, I ain't going to win that. And you missed out.
Yeah.
But big up this
It
person
was,
that actually went to and did what we asked to do, and I hope you are enjoying. Actually, we said we were gonna try and film giving it away, didn't we? Oh, we're gonna film obviously us picking the thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You know,
where we at?
congratulations with winning that, and hope you all who have followed us recently over everything we've been doing stick with us, and we appreciate all the love from everybody. From everybody. You know what I'm saying?
do you
From
know what?
other content creators that we've met down to any just, you know, normal person that's just coming into our tournaments and everything. We've felt loads of love from loads of people, man.
and
It's wonderful.
I
That's
feel-
why I love this.
I was just about to say, I feel like I've messed up our timeline because we was like, right, we'll hold Insomnia, even though Insomnia's happened.
Yeah.
We'll hold that footage and that content for next week.
Yeah.
We're trying to bang them out quicker. I know P's got the work up to his
Backlog.
eyeballs,
Backlog.
and me just said like, yo, can we play some games?
Yeah.
Can we play some
And
games?
it was yesterday, wasn't it? I said, I'm trying to do this interview.
I was
He's
like,
yeah,
"Hey,
but
get on."
I'm like,
I was like, I wanna
I'm trying
play
finish
games.
this interview. It needs doing.
But yeah, we've met some amazing people, way bigger than us, that are just like, yo,
Yeah,
you man, I'm supporting.
Yeah.
I'm like,
We will
Bro.
go into that on the next
oh,
episode.
but I was about to say,
like
I've ruined the
said.
timeline by saying, yo, we're giving away the Switch and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah. But,
it's fine. We're just saving that for another day. That's all.
Here's a segue. With you being up to your eyeballs in work and me being able to game, I've managed to get some gameplay of Horizon done.
You have.
Good segue.
You're brilliant because
Brilliant, like,
I
did that
have
one.
not seen
Like, I
even
did
the
that one.
title screen.
So Horizon,
Even-
we said the new Horizon was
Floor is
gonna.
yours.
I said it on the last podcast that Bizzo, I had paid. It was due to come out. I've just got it, but I've managed to play it. Bro, what a wonderful game! It
I knew
is
it would be.
beautiful, bro.
I knew it would be.
To the point where, when you start the game, I thought, like this new God of War that's gonna come out. In my mind, I'm like, you can't make me go and get the same skills that I've already just got in the last game again. Do you get me? Like, that's just, I'm just playing the same game in a new environment. Do you get me? So how are they going to do that? Are they going to let me start with the same skills and then let me upgrade to some newer, more flashy, or there's going to be new skills? You get me?
Yeah.
Straight away, bro, you don't feel like you're playing the same game. The way you traverse the land, the new grappling system, like it's always been a bit parkoury, you've been able to grapple and do this, but it just feels so smooth and it's like liquid, bro. And it
flows like water.
It feels nice, and then there's new elements. Bro, I didn't think you could get so much new elements to the game and new abilities, and the way they upgrade and the different skill trees you can maximize, and you can choose like there's a triangle of a 3, and you can choose what type of warrior you are at the time, and it's dope. It's really good. The new enemies are cool. The Tanakh, I think they're called. With it being on PS5 now as well, it looks that it almost sounds like I don't have enough to say about it, but I do, because but I can't praise it enough. The storyline feels, even the side quests feel like it had their own person working on it.
Yeah.
You know, when someone, anyone got a side quest that we can throw in here? Cool. Little quick side quest. Run there and get that. Nah, bro, it's got a whole cinematic to it.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And within that cinematic, there's like 6 or 7 dialogue options you can exhaust.
Love
Do you
that.
get me? So even the side quests.
It's vast.
Yes, bro. And then what I think is amazing, I can't remember if number 1 had it, but let's say I go to an upgrade shop, yeah, and the new bow that I want needs me to get, I need a raptor's eye or something, and I don't have one. I can mark it as an errand now, so I can mark that specific resource I need, and it will show me where I need to go on the map, like where a group of that enemy is, and then I go there, I use my focus, I scan that enemy, and see, right, that part is on its back or something. Do you get me? Obviously, if it's an eye, it's going to be there, a lens. You get me? And it will show me, like, obviously using your focus, you can aim for that part, and sometimes you might not get it off, so you might end up killing it, but then it will show you the next set of where that group of enemy resides. You get me?
Yeah.
So I thought that was a wicked introduction to it, because it gives you that, I want to go and get beasts. I want this item here. Do you get me? I want that. I don't have to wait for it. I can go and get it.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Which is dope. I haven't completed it. I've got just past the wall, and I like how. Well, I don't know how she's so beast, but her name carries weight everywhere, and I think that's sick, because she's just Anora, Aloy, and the swimming options now, and the world. This is what I was going to say about Elden Ring as well. Same with Horizon. Usually, when you're running straight for a long time, and you're entering new worlds, it has to load. A lot of the games has to load up, right? It has to load the scenery that you're into. I never felt that with Elden Ring, and I never felt that with Horizon. I felt like I could have just kept going, and it's already loaded up. It's already there, and I never ever felt like it had to render in. That's the word. It had to render in. It just feels like I don't understand. It's just perfect, bro, at all times.
Love that.
Do you get me?
Well done.
The new abilities,
Horizon.
like the way she can, like usually, obviously on Elden, you can't jump off anything, you'll frigging die. But she's got now this hang glider thing, and it's like the way they infuse, like, because it's like old school fighting with like obviously spears and bows and whatnot, but futuristic with these metal machines and these hang gliders that, like, it's like almost like a shield that comes out, but it's a glider. Do you get me? It's it's almost like a holographic, and the way the two contrasts, bro, it's dope. And I feel like I'm just talking to you. And I want you to experience. But when you experience it, you'll see the way they've made old school meet futuristic is perfect, bro.
Well, they did a great job on the first one, so I know how well they've done. So I'm expecting this one to be just as good, if not better.
Because when you think about it, like, if we were in the Stone Age, or not, it's not quite the Stone Age, but if we were in those times where it's spears and bow and arrow to hunt, and then all of a sudden we went to this area and there was these metal machines and whatnot. It's exactly how you would.
They blended
the world would act to it. Like, we wouldn't all of a sudden be driving cars because we've got this technology. No, we would utilize that technology that's there first and use it how we'd ever use it to get by and to create new stuff or whatever. And it's perfect, bro. I keep saying it, but
bad boy game.
Now I'm through Elden Ring. I've got a lot of time for this game. Do you get me? And I'm through the Tiny Tina phase. And there's still so much more. I downloaded 2 new games every day, back on the streaming as well, and it's like, but that's the next game I will complete. So,
and I should have spent some time on it. But
hopefully,
but I've got a lot. So
but I'm gonna put you under some pressure here. I do want to get another episode out next week. Well, recorded at least. Because we have Insomnia to talk about. There's still other games there to talk about. We have the tournaments there to talk about.
100%. That's why it needs an episode.
Of its own?
Episode on its own, really.
And, I said I wanted to say something to you on camera.
What's that? Oh, you did.
It's nothing even, it might not even be podcast worthy, but you know what I feel like needs to happen, bro?
Go on.
There needs, them type of, what would be, programs that are like, there's like bare people in a household, and not like there needs to be like a gaming reality show, like where a team of I was like, P needs to pitch this idea to somewhere like Netflix. You need to make your own documentary where you go in and there's these kids or these 18-year-olds or even a bit older that are trying to pursue an esports career, you get me? And you put them all in the household and they're all competing for one esports championship, and you're in there, and whether like you don't like one man's gonna mess with the next man's PC, or there's tournaments all week and you have to get a certain amount of points. And I'm talking really fast because I'm really enthusiastic about this, and I'm thinking to myself, yo, if P had this as a documentary, I would write the script and how it would flow. Obviously it would be natural because it'd be coming from them, but you'd be filming them in his household and how they get on and the trials and tribulations of actually seeing how much hours go, because from meeting certain people that we've had and seeing how much they put into social media, how much they put into their time of streaming, and all they do aside from gaming, just for their career, bro, it would be a sick story to see these up and coming people that are trying to get into the career that ain't, that imagine that 8 mile, you only got one shot, do not miss this chance, you get me? And like, how do you think? I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, I think, was it like a kind of like a phase house, you know, like they have a house, don't they, where some of the people go into, so obviously they'd be living in the same house, like you said.
Yeah.
But not necnecessarily like the phase house because they're together, they'd be going
against each other. So there'd be, whether we need to some sort of tournament, who's on top this week, or like imagine like there's a master bedroom with like a pool and a show.
That'd be sick. And so that's what they get because they won
that week. You get me? You get to be in the, you know, like a, what's it called? Love Island, where they get that room for the, if they.
I've never watched Love Island.
Oh, so. I have. I ain't gonna lie. They get like a certain room when they. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I wanted. I didn't know whether I wanted to say it on stream or give you the idea off stream, but we'll talk about it more anyway.
That's interesting.
But
it'd be good. Obviously, what's nothing wrong with being bright-eyed. Gotta aim for the stars, bro.
There's other. If you want me to reveal all my ideas now, yo, I'm good to go for the next 2 to.
Careful, you don't know who's watching. You don't know who's watching.
I know that. I'm good to go for the next 2 to 3 hours, bro. I got ideas. But anyway, I'm literally digressing and going off the point. I think we should wrap it up right about there because that is, without us having to go into the other stuff we've been doing. There's more games that we need to review, but that'll be next week.
Yeah, man. And the Insomnia stuff and future stuff. Just watch these spaces. I think there's going to be a lot coming.
And the people that we will be having on our podcast.
And that the interviews, we are going to start doing some interviews with certain people.
You might see some new scenery as well, because I feel like the people that we'll be having on, we might not be able to bring them to here.
Yeah.
We might have to start moving it outward. You'll still see the same faces.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get rid of these faces, but it might be a new scenery.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But
no problem.
This is the Good Gaming Podcast, and it's episode 10. Don't forget my what?
Your picture.
I'm going to get cussed if I don't do that. At least I can. Do you know
exactly what I thought.
Thank you for that. My daughter knows I'm a Dragon Ball Z Don. Love Dragon Ball Z. And that's her interpretation.
It'll be blurred.
Yeah, let you zoom in on it. That's her interpretation of Goku. So I finally got it on there. But this is Good Gaming Podcast, episode 10. I am the Bizzle, my co-host, a.k.a.
Rich Easy.
You know how it goes. This is a Good Gaming Network.
Zombie guy, whatever.
Wait, that was just the one time, bro. It's Easy P.A.K. Rich Easy. I'm the Bizzle. Yeah, Good Gaming Network. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Much love.
Thank you for watching the Good Gaming Podcast. For more information and for more content, please like, subscribe, be the first to see what we're about to do next. And make sure you hit that bell notification so you're the first to see what comes up. Boom.